It's Tuesday, December 16th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by that major fish plant fire. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And phones for the holidays. We'll tell you about a great initiative that's easy to participate in and could make a real difference to someone in need this holiday season.
Plus, the perfect fit. In this week's Tia Tuesday, we'll meet an entrepreneur whose business is tailored to your needs. All that and so much more just ahead on the Tuesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hello, good morning. Come on in just about 6:01 on this Tuesday, December 16th. So glad you can join us today. We got Amanda, we got Latavia, we got myself here to give you all you need to get your day started. And I will tell you one thing is, do dress warmly because I was out very cold on the way in. How about you, ladies?
Oh, the exact same.
Oh, yeah. Very, very Definitely feeling the crisp in the air, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm enjoying, though, that you're bringing the holiday vibes already. I love this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was going through my closet thinking, like, okay, got to start wearing all the seasonal stuff, all the holiday kind of outfits right now. Because do you find it might be another season? You're like, oh, right, I wanted to wear this in December, and I totally forgot.
Oh, yeah. That blazer,
I love it. I know, it's giving me, like...
I'm obsessed.
Thank
Fancy
you.
Equestrian Christmas in a good way.
Well, that's exactly what I was going for.
I'm wearing these like tinfoil pants because it's so cold outside. It's keeping my legs warm.
Well. Smart woman.
And you have the beautiful plaid skirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to borrow that.
As holiday as
I'm going to borrow that for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, you can borrow it anytime. I'm just obsessed with that blazer over there.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
you can borrow it anytime. All right, we're going to do a clothing swap.
Throw on a blazer, throw on a sweater, throw on a scarf. Like
all the layers, Crystal. Yeah. It's quite cold this morning right across the region. Another cold day ahead, but temperatures will rise tomorrow.
Oh,
yes, above the freezing mark. We're going to get a warmer day ahead. I know some areas did get a warm day yesterday across Canada, not so much for us.
No.
So today, another cold day, but just bear it while you can because the warm-up is headed our way. Here's a live look at Halifax this morning. Dark start to the day. Currently -11, not even factoring in that wind chill this morning, but temperatures will rise just a bit. Still going to remain quite a cold day ahead. As of right now, -12 as you head outdoors in Fredericton, -8 degrees early this morning in Charlottetown, -6 in Sydney. Very cold over in Labrador City today, -22 degrees starting off your day, -3 in Gander. We do have the wind chill still factoring in today, as you can see here, going to feel even colder than it currently is. Just something to keep in mind when you are heading out. -30 starting off your day in Labrador City. We do have that risk of frostbite in your area. A coastal flooding statement remains in effect until a little bit later this morning for parts of Newfoundland. We do have a snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. That will be ending a little later this morning as well. The blowing snow advisory just ended. Winter storm warning still in effect, as well as a wind warning. Blowing snow advisory has now ended for Labrador as well. And then the orange level alerts, winter storm warning and wind warning ended as well. Great. All right, we're taking a look at our satellite and radar. We are still seeing a snow squall watch for parts of Cape Breton Island, still dealing with some isolated flurries throughout your day today. And then for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, for the most part, just seeing a chance of flurries. But other than that, we will be seeing sunshine remain in the forecast for today. In terms of the wind, becoming lighter than yesterday as of right now, still out of the west and northwest, 46 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 39 in Grand Etang, with 31 in Sydney, 24 in Canso. Wind gusts of up to 57 kilometers per hour this morning in North Cape, 31 into Charlottetown, 37 in Greenwood, and 44 in Sydney. We'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. A community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by that major fish plant fire. The group says they'll organize fundraising to help workers and families impacted by the destruction of the aquashell fish plant in Wallace earlier this month. Details are still being worked out, but organizers say the fund will help local workers who, although about to be laid off for the end of the season, lost vehicles and other personal effects in the fire. It's not known when employment at a new plant would start. A barn in Middle Musquodoboit has been destroyed by fire. There's not much left of the structure, which is near the Halifax County Exhibition Grounds. No people or animals were harmed. The building was used for storage. The fire broke out after 6:30 Sunday night, but firefighters returned yesterday morning to continue dousing hotspots. In all, about 40 firefighters, including several volunteer departments, were called in.
So when the building is a total loss like that, it's going to take them a while to sift through the rubble to try to determine a cause. Have investigators on site now and will likely be there for a day or two to try to sort out a cause and figure out what transpired there.
An excavator arrived Monday afternoon to sift through the rubble and prevent any more flare-ups. New Brunswick is spending more than $2.5 million to support 50 communities with their plans to combat wildfires in the future. The money comes from a larger $40 million announcement made earlier in February of this year to improve wildfire preparedness. The cash includes federal money. This money will go towards creating strategic framework tailored to communities' specific challenges with wildfires. The Natural Resources Minister points out the impact it can have when fires get close to homes like they did this summer with the Irishtown blaze.
We had about 300 homes that were in a perimeter that were on almost an immediate evacuation list. So doing these kind of things means that at least we can fight wildfires as opposed to them actually being structure fires in communities, which really do put New Brunswick communities and families at risk.
This past wildfire season in the province saw 442 fires, leaving more than 3,400 hectares of forest burned. CTV News has learned Halifax Water has launched an investigation in possible financial irregularities. The utility is saying very little, but did confirm to CTV an investigation is underway by an independent third party to gather facts. In an email, a spokesperson said the company committed to a thorough and fair internal review. Brittany Smith added to protect the integrity of the process and to ensure fairness, quote, Halifax Water will maintain strict confidentiality during these investigations. The utility also won't comment on specifics, including who's involved and why police have not been included in the probe. There's growing anger in Sackville, New Brunswick, where residents aren't happy about a potential NB Power gas plant being built in the community. A proposed 400-megawatt natural gas plant to be built by an American company has been in the works for months now. On Friday, Premier Susan Holt said New Brunswick may not have enough energy for everyone in the very near future. The Tantramar location was picked, she said, because of cost and not having any other real alternatives.
I can appreciate and I feel the same that this is not an ideal site, but it doesn't appear that there is an ideal site.
They seem to have bypassed all of the normal checks and balances to protect our community here to the point of where we were blindsided. This literally was announced without the knowledge of anybody in this community or the town knowing about it.
The town has been fighting it since day one, and last week, council passed a motion expressing its opposition to the project. Representatives of NB Power will be in Sackville tomorrow night for a community information session. Finally, Air Canada is heralding the resumption of a daily nonstop flight between Fredericton and Ottawa, which was lost during COVID. The airline says it's optimistic about adding even more flights in the region in the future.
For us, it's really a route that is based on a solid business case. If we look at increasing demand here from the community, the government sector, the defense sector, but also the business and the service sector.
The airline is also launching a new daily direct year-round flight between Moncton and Ottawa. Some more accessibility in the air between those parts of New Brunswick and the country's capital.
I've heard of a big ticket item, but that's a big ticket.
That is a big ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, this is very much on a sad note, but I thought an important reminder for people. Relief efforts in Jamaica are still taking place. The country's High Commissioner has announced that airports are open to allow visitors to support businesses on the island or volunteer their time to help. Now, in October, you recall Hurricane Melissa unleashed catastrophic flooding and landslides in Jamaica, causing an estimated $10 billion in damage. To rebuild and recover, the island nation has secured nearly $7 billion in support from international agencies to fund reconstruction over the next 3 years, including Canada. Jamaica's High Commissioner has said that as many as 600,000 people have been impacted by the hurricane. So we haven't mentioned it in a while, but I know that you have ties to the Jamaican community, so I thought it was important to remind people that if you've got some time on your hands and you're kind of within volunteer organization, you could go down and make a difference.
Yeah,
Very important.
Good reminder too that is very much still their reality.
Exactly.
And support
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead. I'm going to have you first look at your national and international news headlines on this Tuesday morning, and Latavia will have more details on the cold forecast before a bit of a warm-up. And we're saying good morning to our viewers in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Roads look nice and clear there.
Not warm, though. Not warm.
Warm. Crisp and cold. Details coming up.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Tuesday. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at Moncton. Quite a cold start to the day, minus 13 degrees in your area, so make sure to bundle up before heading out. Weather is brought to you by the Atlantic Lottery mobile app. Quite cold right across the board this morning. As of right now, it is minus 11 starting off your day in Fredericton, minus 8 degrees in Charlottetown, minus 10 early this morning in Halifax, with minus 6 in Sydney, minus 22 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City, and minus 1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have a coastal flooding statement in effect for the Atlantic, well, the coast of Newfoundland, I should say, until a little bit later this morning, as well as a snow squall watch now in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. This will end a little bit later this morning as well. Could see an additional 5 centimeters within those snow squalls, as well as a winter storm watch warning is in effect for parts of Newfoundland. That will end a little bit later as well. Could see some strong wind gusts as well this morning with that wind warning getting up to 100 kilometers per hour. So here's a look at our forecast timeline. For the most part, we are going to see pretty clear skies, just a bit of cloud coverage returning for early this morning and sunshine in our forecast, but not helping to warm things up, though. We are going to see some isolated flurries tracking across parts of Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton, parts of eastern Nova Scotia, as well as into Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. Into the afternoon, we'll still see a bit of that looming flurry activity for parts of the region, but for the most part, seeing a mix of sun and cloud for the maritime region and seeing a bit of sunshine extend in our forecast for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador as well. And then into the evening hours for Labrador, we're going to start to see another low pressure system move in, bringing snow your way. And for the maritime region, just increasing cloudiness expected, taking us into early Wednesday morning. If you are wondering about precipitation totals, we are only going to see in the form of snow at around 1 to 5 centimeters additional to what we already received in North Mountain, and going to see those totals increase as well, only 1 to 5 centimeters for Labrador City, the most being 1 to 10 across parts of Newfoundland. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, a mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. We do have a chance of showers and or flurries returning into the evening. Daytime highs will range from -5 to -1 and light wind across the province. Prince Edward Island looking at flurries early this morning, clearing for parts of the province into the afternoon, leaving sunshine, wind gusts of up to 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, isolated flurries throughout your day with wind gusts of 40 kilometers per hour. And the rest of Nova Scotia starting off the day with sunshine, but for the Tri-County area, seeing a chance of flurries return into the afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, lots of sunshine, but we do have flurry activity as well. -15 degrees in Labrador City. Flurries start off the day clearing, leaving sunshine into the afternoon, and a high of 1 degree in St. John's, Newfoundland. Mainly cloudy skies throughout your day. Wednesday, temperatures will be warming up, but we do have mixed precipitation expected for the maritime region. And then into Thursday morning, temperatures cooling back down, still remaining above the freezing mark, though, for the most part. We do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of the region as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. New details have emerged in the murders of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife. Their son is in custody, and he could face charges as soon as today. ABC's Lionel Moyes has the latest.
Overnight, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and the family of Rob Reiner say the legendary Hollywood director and his wife, Michelle, have died. Sources tell ABC News Reiner and his wife were found stabbed to death in their Los Angeles home Sunday afternoon.
The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days.
Officials say they are not seeking a suspect and no arrests have been made. According to a neighbor, actors Larry David and Billy Crystal, who starred in Reiner's film When Harry Met Sally, visited the home Sunday evening. The two staying briefly before leaving with the neighbor, saying Crystal looked like he was about to cry. The son of comedy icon Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner would forge his own path in Hollywood in the 1970s, playing Mike Stivick's son-in-law to Archie Bunker on the hit sitcom All in the Family.
I mean, haven't you ever gotten anything you didn't ask for?
After the show ended, Reiner turned to directing, making his debut with the mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap. He'd go on to make beloved classics, including The Princess Bride and When Harry Met Sally.
I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich.
And A Few Good Men.
You can't handle the truth.
Overnight reaction to the shocking news rolling in. Actor Josh Gad calling Reiner one of the greatest directors of our time. He was simply a beautiful person. Director Paul Feig calling him a true visionary titan and a lovely, lovely person. And former President Barack Obama writing Reiner's career gave us some of our most cherished stories on screen. But beneath all of the stories he produced was a deep belief in the goodness of people. Rob Reiner was 78. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
And we'll have an update on that story later in the show. Police services across Canada have increased their presence around Jewish spaces and events in the wake of the mass shooting at a Hanukkah event in Australia Sunday. Investigators say the violent attack that killed at least 15 people was an act of terrorism. CTV's Judy Trin has more.
Crowds of mourners united in grief after a mass shooting on Bondi Beach. Violence that turned a celebration of Hanukkah into carnage. Australia's Prime Minister says it's motivated by Islamic State ideology.
In this act of anti-Semitism, driven by ideology, it's an extreme perversion of Islam.
The shooters killed at least 15 people and wounded dozens. This young Canadian couple ran from the chaos.
People were kind of like just ditching their cars on the sidewalk, hopping out, grabbing their kids. People were throwing their bikes down, throwing everything on the ground and just running.
The victims range in age from 10 years old to 87. Officials say the suspects were not part of a terror cell, that they worked alone. Australian media are identifying them as Sajid Akram and Naveed Akram.
Father and son. The 50-year-old is deceased. The 24-year-old is currently in hospital.
The father, Sajid, died after being shot by police. He came as a student nearly 3 decades ago. His son, Naveed, was born in Australia and previously investigated in 2019. 38 people remain in hospital. The toll could have been higher if not for the actions of Ahmed El Ahmed, a local fruit vendor from Syria. Ottawa Rabbi Chaim Mendelson knows the rabbi who was killed on Bondi Beach. Mendelson calls the bystander a hero.
He is literally the light in the darkness. He is the silver lining of this story. He is the reminder that there is a safe future for all of mankind to live together.
Australia's leaders are promising to hold an inquiry into this massacre to review security protocols and tighten already tough gun laws.
CTV's Judy Trin reporting in Ottawa. Quick break here on CTV's Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your must-see moment from our colleagues over at TSN. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
All right, welcome back. It's hello. It's 6:24, and it's time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello, gang. Jennifer Hedger with you inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Monday. And for that, we'll head to the Battle of Florida for this one. Panthers and Lightning, first period. Nikita Kucherov is denied by Sergei Bobrovsky. The loose puck goes to Anthony Cirelli, but he is robbed by the Panthers' Tendy. A pair of big saves kept the Bolts off the board for the win, and Bobrovsky earns your must-see moment. Well, today on TSN, we've got some NCAA hoops for you. At number 11, Louisville takes on number 20, Tennessee, and it all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on TSN 1 and 5. That is all from the SC Newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now over to your business headlines from our colleagues at BNN.
Hello there. Stocks moved slightly lower on Wall Street and Bay Street today amid ongoing worries that the investment boom in artificial intelligence has gone too far. However, shares are near the record highs they posted late last week. U.S. chipmaker Broadcom dropped a gain today, as did Oracle. Investors are awaiting crucial U.S. job numbers for October and November. That release is set for tomorrow after a delay caused by the government shutdown. Gold traded near all-time highs, boosting shares in Barrick Mining to a record. Inflation in Canada held steady last month, but so-called core measures broadly cooled amid slowing price growth in services. Headline inflation was 2.2% at a yearly pace in November. Citigroup economist Veronica Clark told BNN Bloomberg, quote, "It does look like some more positive signs of underlying inflation slowing." The Bank of Canada's next interest rate decision is on January 28th, and traders expect the bank to keep rates unchanged until at least October, when they see a possible hike. Here are the closing numbers on the markets. The Canadian dollar traded at 72.63 US cents, up a fraction. West Texas Intermediate oil was under pressure again. It changed hands at $56.61 US a barrel, down 83 cents. Our latest fix on Western Canadian Select oil, $44.43, up 37 cents. And the TSX Composite ended at 31,483.44, down just under 44 points. Those are your business headlines. I'm Andrew Bell of BNN Bloomberg.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for today, it's quite cold, but lots of sunshine across the province today. For New Brunswick on Wednesday, looking at a high of 4 degrees, and we are going to see a chance of showers and or flurries across the province. And then on Thursday, looking at sunshine returning, a high of -1, evening showers expected. Nova Scotia will be seeing a high of -3 today, mainly sunny skies. We do have some scattered flurries across parts of the province. For Wednesday, mixed precipitation clearing out, leaving sunshine with a high of 7. 2 degrees on Thursday, lots of sunshine across the province. Prince Edward Island starting off with flurries clearing into the afternoon, a high of -5. 4 degrees on Wednesday with mixed precipitation across the island. Then on Thursday, sunshine with a high of 0.
Just ahead this half hour, are you in Secret Santa? If you had to give someone the very last thing you bought, what would you be putting under the tree? Is it heels? We're going to share what you'd be getting in 15 minutes here on the Move Morning Chat. Good morning, Atlantic Canada. It's 6:31 on your Tuesday morning. It is a very cold start to the day, so grab those layers. Probably fewer people are shoveling this morning, which is some good news. But yeah, cold before the warm-up.
Yeah, I still wore boots and then changed into shoes when I got there. I found there was a fair bit of snow still on the ground.
Oh yeah, it's quite crunchy under your feet. Ooh.
Ooh, I love that sound.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Yes, to each their own.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like ice or anything like that. Anyway, so we're going to switch back over to the weather. I'm getting off track there. It is quite cold early this morning. Temperatures will warm up into tomorrow's forecast, but for today, just be prepared for a cold day ahead. Here's a look at Halls Harbor, starting off at -8 degrees, so quite a cold start to the day right across Atlantic Canada. Temperatures warming up just a bit, still remaining quite cold though. -11 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, -20 in Edmonton, -8 starting off your day in Charlottetown with -10 degrees in Halifax, -6 in Sydney, and -1 into St. John's. John's, Newfoundland. Factor in that wind chill, going to feel quite cold today, even colder than what we're seeing for our current temperatures. Same thing goes for Newfoundland and Labrador. We do have that coastal flooding statement that remains in effect for parts of Newfoundland until later this morning, as well as a snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. We do still have a winter storm warning and a wind warning for parts of Newfoundland. Here's a look at our current satellite and radar. You can see here just a bit of flurry activity for parts of Atlantic Canada. For the most part, we will be seeing sunshine return in our forecast, not really helping to warm things up, though. In terms of the wind, quite light, as we saw even yesterday, was quite breezy. Today, it's starting to become lighter. 41 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 in Sydney, 31 in Grand Etang, 24 in Charlottetown, 22 in Moncton. Wind gusts of up to 43 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 35 in Greenwood, 33 in Charlottetown and Bathurst. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. A community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by that major fish plant fire. The group says they will organize fundraising to help workers and families impacted by the destruction of the aquashell fish plant in Wallace earlier this month. Details are still being worked out, but organizers say the fund will help local workers who, although about to be laid off for the end of the season, lost vehicles and other personal effects in the fire. Still not known when employment at a new plant would start. CTV News has learned Halifax Water has launched an investigation into possible financial irregularities. The utility is saying very little, but did confirm to CTV an investigation is underway by an independent third party to, quote, gather facts. In an email, a spokesperson said the company committed to a thorough and fair internal review. Brittany Smith added to protect the integrity of the process and to ensure fairness, quote, Halifax Water will maintain strict confidentiality during these investigations. The utility also won't comment on specifics, including who's involved and why police have not been included in the probe. The Point Lepreau nuclear generating station is back online after a 5-month maintenance outage. The work lasted 2 weeks longer than originally planned due to a problem with a turbine bearing. The shutdown cost NB Power between $1 million and $1.5 million a day purchasing replacement electricity. That said, another outage is planned for the spring.
These maintenance outages are absolutely critical for us. Certain systems in the power plant we can only work on with the station shut down, so we take advantage of that opportunity to really focus on doing those reliability improvements, and that's why we take those outages. So spring of 2026 will be our next outage.
That outage is scheduled to last 119 days. This morning, 3 schools in the Strait area of Nova Scotia are closed today due to road conditions. In Sydney, police responded to at least 8 car crashes during yesterday's whiteout conditions.
We're not used to this. We're used to it being nice up into Christmas.
Constable Gary Fraser of the Cape Breton Regional Police says most of them were single vehicle accidents with cars sliding off the road. While no serious injuries were reported, Fraser says it speaks to how local drivers don't normally deal with these kinds of conditions this often, this early in the season. Meantime, it is worth noting the winter parking ban is now in effect in the CBRM and Halifax. And by the way, the winter season officially begins on Sunday. Finally, Hockey Canada has unveiled a national blueprint aimed at transforming the women's and girls' game across the country. The Rise as One report has a focus on the women's game with 14 national recommendations to grow and improve the sport from the grassroots to the highest levels. It comes with the goal of seeing 170,000 players registered by 2030 and putting more women in leadership positions like head coach.
The need for girls hockey and the demand for girls hockey is there. What we are saying is we just can't just expect year over year. We have to make dramatic changes in order to continue to blow through these type of goals.
I think we still continue to see growth in the women's game across the country, and being from the Maritimes and the Atlantic provinces, we're seeing growth there as well, not only with players but coaches, officiating, and bench staff.
The blueprint is pushing to grow leadership for women in the sport, like on the bench, but also in leadership and decision-making roles, while also giving girls the same chances as boys to get on the ice and develop their skills. And by the way, the PWHL is coming to our region. It will be in Halifax tomorrow, with Montreal taking on Toronto. That's going to be at the Scotiabank Centre, with another game coming in January for the PWHL takeover.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Exciting. Great news there. All right, this I think is also great news because I love old buildings.
Yeah.
This is the old Hudson Bay in Toronto. Well, the windows are filled with eye candy. So chocolate company Mars has taken over the windows in the iconic building in one of Toronto's busiest shopping corridors. Crowds gather to see the animated displays, each with a different candy theme. The former Hudson Bay store windows have been a holiday tradition in Toronto for decades. Nice to see them not dark this year with the closure of the store earlier this year.
Very nice to see.
Yeah, there's a train pulling chocolate. It's headed right into this studio, ladies. I'll take the M&Ms. How about you? Oh, or the Mars bar.
What about the microwavable rice?
I know, that's what I thought I saw. I'm like, is that rice?
Well, the different products from the company, I guess. But,
take that too.
you know, in the right, if you were making dinner and you're like, oh, I need rice, you'd be thrilled to see that.
Yeah, 90 seconds in the microwave. It's always weird those bags, you gotta like squish them.
Yeah, because
then you gotta break up the rice.
You know what? I love it. I think
I love rice,
and fun. There you go.
Okay, still ahead, we're gonna have your entertainment headlines, but coming up next, it's the Move Morning Chat, and today we want to know if you had to be a Secret Santa right now and you had to get the last thing you bought, what would that be? That discussion's coming up.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:41. We're taking a live look at a very snowy day ahead for Brookvale. We have flurries expected in your area, -9 degrees, heading outdoors as well. So cold start to the day yet again. And that's what we're seeing right across the board early this morning. We do have right now -11 degrees expected in Fredericton, -13 in Moncton, -8 degrees in Charlottetown, with -10 in Halifax, -4 degrees starting off your day in Yarmouth, -11 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, -4 degrees in Corner Brook, and -1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Coastal flooding statement remains in effect for parts of Newfoundland until later this morning. And we do have a snow squall watch in effect until a little bit later as well for Cape Breton Island. Could see an additional 5 centimeters within those snow squalls, as well as a winter storm warning and a wind warning in effect for parts of Newfoundland. Here's a look at our current forecast timeline. We are going to see a bit of cloud cover starting off the day for parts of the Maritime region. Sunshine as the sun begins to rise is expected for parts of the Maritimes, and also going to see a chance of flurries. So parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island could see some flurry activity, as well as parts of New Brunswick. And then early this morning, sunshine for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, but we will be seeing flurry activity for both those provinces as well. Into the afternoon, much of the same is expected, looking at mainly sunny skies to a mix of sun and cloud. Still seeing a bit of flurry activity for parts of Atlantic Canada. Taking us into this evening, we are going to see increasing cloudiness for all 3 maritime provinces. Still seeing some flurry activity for parts of the region as well. And we do have mixed precipitation returning into our forecast for Wednesday. And temperatures will be warming up as well. For our snowfall outlook, only seeing around 1 to 5 centimeters of additional snowfall for North Mountain, 1 to 5 for Labrador City as well, and looking at 1 to 10 centimeters for parts of Newfoundland. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick, looking at a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon and evening, into the evening rather. We're looking at a chance of showers and or flurries returning across the province. Daytime highs will range from -5 to -1, and light wind expected out of the west, 15 kilometers per hour. Prince Edward Island, looking at flurries starting off your day. That will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Highs between -6 to -5, and wind gusts of up to 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to see daytime highs range from -5 to -3 degrees. Isolated flurries expected throughout your day, and wind out of the west, 20, gusting to 40. For the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud today. For the Tri-County area, seeing a chance of flurries into the afternoon, and highs will range from -3 to +1. Wind gusts 40 kilometers per hour as well. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing sunshine, also seeing some flurry activity, a high of -15 degrees in Labrador City. Flurries clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, and a high of 1 degree in St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at mainly cloudy skies throughout your day. Wednesday's forecast, a much warmer day ahead. We're going to see above seasonal daytime highs for parts of the region. We do have a chance of flurries and or showers returning for parts of Atlantic Canada. And then into Thursday's forecast, temperatures start to cool down. We will be seeing lots of sunshine and a bit of flurries and or showers for parts of the region as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to the Move Morning Chat.
It's the Tuesday edition of the Move Morning Chat with our friends Aaron and Peter for Morning Radio. And today we're having a lot of fun. We're asking, if I was your Secret Santa and you had to give me the last thing you bought, what gift would I be receiving? So Aaron and Peter, where have you been shopping and what did you get for us?
I mean, how would you feel about receiving a Costco hot dog as your Secret Santa gift? If I'm being completely honest.
Peter.
Yeah, well, Peter is the guy who loves the Costco hot dogs. And it's funny because I always teased him for loving them and I never really understood it. But recently, I'm into the Costco hot dog game. And I was there last night doing some errands. And of course, you can't leave without getting a hot dog. So if I give you that for Christmas and it's only going to cost me $1.50, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And listen, Latavia, Amanda, if I'm giving you the last thing I purchased, it's going to cost me a lot more than that. You're both getting a Christmas tree.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Shout out to the local Kinsmen. Boy, they did it up right this year, and they're a great place to get your Christmas tree. So that's what you're both getting.
Well, bless your heart, Peter. Thank you. What are you gifting?
Okay, well, this is what I'm going to give you guys, and I really hope my teenage niece, Georgia, isn't watching because I thrifted her a Y2K Coach purse from Mission Mart in Halifax. Whoa. Yeah, she's been telling me that she wants a vintage Y2K purse, like early 2000s, and she sent me a mood board, and Latavia knows I've been thrifting, trying to find the perfect one, and Latavia actually texted me this weekend and said, I think I found what you're looking for. And sure enough, I went straight to the thrift store, found it there, bought it, and I have spent the weekend cleaning and restoring it.
Ooh, that's a good gift. Nice. Peter gets a new man purse.
Yeah.
Right? Update. There you go. Well, everyone, you're in luck because I'm going to be gifting you a pair of heels. That's what I bought on the weekend.
What kind of heels?
Actually, Coach heels. I thrifted them from Value Village. Yeah.
Oh. So we're going to just thrift you guys some Coach items. How does that sound?
That's cool with us.
I'm fine. I'm not sure when I'm going to get an opportunity to wear the heels, but never say never.
Practice makes perfect, Peter. Don't worry.
And listen, you make the opportunity, Peter. I'll say that. Okay, let us know. What was the last item you purchased? Because we want to know, because that's what you'd be giving if you were a Secret Santa. Having some fun this morning. Send us a text at 10400, and we will share your messages later in the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:51, and it's time to head over to Hollywood for a look at your entertainment headlines.
Tributes continue to pour in for the late Rob Reiner, who was found dead alongside his wife Michelle at their Brentwood, California home this weekend. A joint statement from Jamie Lee Curtis and Christopher Guest says the couple is numb and sad and shocked, and that they've lost great friends. The two reportedly got married at Reiner's house back in 1984, after Guest starred in the first film Reiner directed. This is Spinal Tap. Kathy Bates said he changed the course of my life after hearing the news of his passing. She won an Oscar for her performance in Reiner's film, Misery. Reiner's son, Nick Reiner, has been taken into custody in connection with his parents' deaths. Another passing, Anthony Geary, has died. He played Luke Spencer on General Hospital for more than 40 years, winning a record 8 Daytime Emmy Awards in the process. Geary was 78.
This is not over. Not by a long shot.
The final episodes of Stranger Things are just around the corner, and now Netflix is out with a new trailer. 4 episodes are already out. 3 new ones are scheduled to debut on the streamer on December 25th. And then the series finale drops on Netflix and in theaters on New Year's Eve. And happy birthday to Benjamin Bratt. He starred in everything from Clear and Present Danger to Demolition Man to Andor. He turns 62 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
If you think you've seen some impressive Christmas decorations, wait until you see this. A family in Bible Hill has transformed their property into a holiday showstopper.
CTV's Jim Quammen takes us on a tour of this country Christmas wonderland.
Hot chocolates in the back and candies for the kids. And if you want to go in to see the animals in the crowds, you're more than welcome. If there's a
about the 1st of November we started doing it, and then we opened up on the 23rd. If you'll notice on the sign, it was called Carson's Christmas. That is my spouse's now deceased father, and he was a Christmas fanatic, so I decided to decorate the great big tree that we have in his honor, and it drew a crowd and people drove by, so I just continued a little bit more for them, a little more, and it basically grew into this over 3 years. We got 1.5 acres, and I have, last count was 38,000 feet. I don't know exactly how many light bulbs that will be.
Say hi!
Well, I basically just I have animals, goats and ducks and dogs and stuff, and I have to let them out in the evenings after work. So I just putt around for 4 or 5 hours a night, put a set up here and a set up there. Wherever there's an empty space, we just add to it. And every year it seems to be growing and growing. I've had a couple of people actually donate some of their Christmas lights to add to this here display, so it worked out quite well.
It was fun, and I liked going through that tunnel from there to there, and I liked trying to find the Tweety bird.
There's 7 different spots they can go to. We have a memorial area for anybody to write the names of any deceased people or family loved ones they have. We have the pond area where we have a stuffed dummy named Carson that joins us for Christmas every year in honor of Carson's Christmas. And this year he's just fishing in a boat. And then we have our regular flower garden area. Miles Manor, the swing set, is the area in the back corner where the kids can just play on the swing. And then we have a tunnel system behind the hut, which is the little area there, and a fire pit area. And then we also have a signature place where everybody can sign their names as they're leaving, going out the driveway on the other side.
I feel like it's really warming, and I feel like it will bring, if people come, it like brings them cheer after a long day.
Basically, we ask if you want to, you can bring a food donation. We give all of our food. Last year we fed 14 families with a big amount of groceries, and this year it's unbelievable the amount of food that I have in the house. 4 families this year. We're definitely going to surpass 20 people. And the cash donations, we have a 50-50 draw as well. That goes to the Colchester Food Bank, and they can do with it as they please.
Well, thank you to CTV's Jim Quammen for that piece. Happening now in local news this morning, 3 schools in the Strait area are closed today due to road conditions, and select Cape Breton Victoria schools are delayed opening by 1 hour. Those details just ahead. Plus, the chief of Halifax Regional Police says patrols have been increased at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings following attacks at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia. Plus, a sign of this season, the Halifax Skating Oval on the Halifax Common is officially open for the winter. We'll have more details coming up next in your local news headlines. But first, it's a look at the 3-day forecast with Latavia.
Thanks, Amanda. Taking a look now for today, we're looking at a high of -5 degrees, so quite a cold day ahead. Lots of sunshine with increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. On Wednesday, mixed precipitation returns across the province with a high of 4. Cooling back down on Thursday, -1 with lots of sunshine throughout the day. Evening showers expected. Nova Scotia looking at a bit of flurry activity with sunshine as well, a high of -3. 7 degrees on Wednesday, looking at showers and or flurries clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the province. And then on Thursday, a high of 2 degrees, lots of sunshine with increasing cloudiness. For Prince Edward Island, a high of -5 with flurries starting off the day, clearing out into the afternoon. On Wednesday, mixed precipitation across the island with a high of 4, 0 on Thursday with sunshine.
It's Tuesday, December 16th, today on Your Morning Atlantic. A community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by a major fish plant fire. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And phones for the holidays. We'll learn about a campaign collecting used phones and how it's making a meaningful difference for those in need. That's this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7 o'clock, a whole hour done, and much more to come. Can you believe it's 9 days till Christmas?
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Santa's coming to town.
Excited.
I love it.
Santa!
Santa, kids opening up that advent calendar. Yeah.
Kids, us.
Us
Yeah,
too. Courtesy of a viewer who handmade us an advent calendar and sent us treats.
It's beautiful.
Yes,
oh,
so adorable.
Just gorgeous. All right, you know, the Mood Morning chat question is, what's the last thing you bought? Ladies, you're getting passport photos.
Ooh, very nice. I'll remember not to smile.
No, a little portrait of Crystal. Put it in a little frame.
No, that
That's
would
what
be
we're getting.
no, actually of my daughter.
Oh, okay. That's cute too. Put it in a little frame on our desk.
I would love it. Could you imagine you come into work one day and we just have photos of your children?
Oh my gosh.
On our desk.
Listen, I wouldn't mind. Anyway, what's going on right now is the warmth of familial love will not provide enough warmth for today, I'm telling you. It's just too cold.
Real. Oh my goodness, it's another cold day ahead across the region, but temperatures will rise tomorrow. But today we have to deal with the cold, so make sure to bundle up before heading out. Here's a live look at Barrington Passage. It is a dark side of the day. You can actually see the sun slowly beginning to rise in the background. We are going to see sunshine for parts of the region, but also a bit of flurry activity as well. So in terms of our current temperatures, cold this morning. Minus 20 degrees in Edmonton, minus 11 as you head outdoors in Fredericton. Early this morning, minus 4 in Yarmouth, minus 6 in Sydney, minus 8 degrees in Charlottetown with minus 7 in Cartwright. We're looking at minus 3 degrees in Gander. So in terms of the wind chill, going to feel even colder, so factor this in as you head out this morning. We are going to see the wind chill still taking effect into the afternoon as well. A coastal flooding statement remains in effect for parts of Newfoundland until a little bit later this morning. We do have a snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island and a winter storm warning and wind warning for parts of Newfoundland. Here's a look at our current satellite and radar. We are going to see sunshine as the sun begins to rise for parts of Atlantic Canada. Also seeing a bit of flurry activity as well. Parts of the region will see flurries clear out, but for the most part, we're still going to see a bit of flurry activity remain. In terms of the wind, much lighter than we saw yesterday. As of right now, 41 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 31 into Grand Etang, 20 in Canso, 22 in Moncton. Wind gusts of up to 43 kilometers per hour starting off your day in Grand Etang, 33 in Charlottetown with 35 in Greenwood. We'll have another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And this morning, 3 schools in the Strait area are closed today due to road conditions, and select Cape Breton Victoria schools are delayed opening by 1 hour. In Sydney, police say they responded to at least 8 car crashes during yesterday's whiteout conditions.
We're not used to this. We're used to it being nice up into Christmas.
Constable Gary Fraser of the Cape Breton Regional Police says most of them were single vehicle accidents with cars sliding off the road. No serious injuries were reported, though Fraser says this does speak to how local drivers don't normally deal with these kinds of conditions this often and this early in the season. Meantime, the winter parking ban is now in effect in the CBRM and Halifax, and the winter season officially begins on Sunday. The chief of Halifax Regional Police says patrols have been increased at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings following attacks at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia. The statement says Halifax Regional Police wish to share heartfelt condolences with Australia and the world's Jewish community. This unimaginable act of violence has taken a meaningful cultural celebration and robbed the community of their sense of safety. It goes on to say, while there have been no reported threats to the Jewish community in Halifax, police have increased patrols at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings. There is undoubtedly a sense of fear in the community right now. Halifax police will do what we can to help members of the Jewish community enjoy the holidays safely. A community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by that major fish plant fire. The group says they will organize fundraising to help workers and families impacted by the destruction of the aquashell fish plant in Wallace earlier this month. Details are still being worked out, but organizers say the fund will help local workers who, although about to be laid off for the end of the season, lost vehicles and other personal effects in the fire. It's not known when employment at a new plant would start. A barn in Middle Musquodoboit has been destroyed by a fire. It's not much left of the structure, which is near the Halifax County Exhibition Grounds. No people or animals were harmed. The building was used for storage. The fire broke out after 6:30 Sunday night, but firefighters returned yesterday morning to continue dousing hotspots. In all, about 40 firefighters, including several volunteer departments, were called in.
So when the building is a total loss like that, it's going to take them a while to sift through the rubble to try to determine a cause. Have investigators on site now and will likely be there for a day or two to try to sort out a cause and figure out what transpired there.
An excavator arrived in the afternoon to sift through the rubble and prevent any more flare-ups. There is growing anger in Sackville, New Brunswick, where residents aren't happy about a potential NB Power gas plant being built in the community. A proposed 400-megawatt natural gas plant to be built by an American company has been in the works for months now. On Friday, Premier Susan Holtz said New Brunswick may not have enough energy for everyone in the very near future. The Tantramar location was picked, she said, because of cost and not having any other real alternatives.
I can appreciate and I feel the same that this is not an ideal site, but it doesn't appear that there is an ideal site.
They seem to have bypassed all of the normal checks and balances to protect our community here to the point of where we were blindsided. This literally was announced without the knowledge of anybody in this community or the town knowing about it.
The town has been fighting it since day one, and last week, council passed a motion expressing its opposition to the project. Representatives of NB Power will be in Sackville tomorrow night for a community information session. Finally, lace up skaters, it's outdoor ice time. The Halifax Skating Oval on the Halifax Common is officially open for the winter. The facility opened Monday morning for the season. It's open for skaters from 11 till 9 each weekday and from noon until 9 p.m. on weekends. Reminder, it is the largest outdoor artificially refrigerated ice service east of Quebec City. Say that 3 times fast. And for fun, we're seeing daytime shots and nighttime shots. Free equipment rentals, including skates and helmets, are also available. You just have to have some ID. So if you're thinking about going, you never have, because you're like, I don't have skates, like they've got it for you.
Oh, do they ever?
One piece of advice, bundle up because the wind can really get you there because there's no protection.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a fun time.
Super fun.
Layer up as well, because
yeah,
fall.
Totally layer up.
Yes.
They've got figure skates, hockey skates, speed skates, every kind of skate.
Wow.
Every kind of skate.
Cool.
For example, say you've never tried speed skating, you could try it. And they have the red devices that you hold on to for those who need support when they're skating. They have adaptive devices. I mean, it is wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good time. If you've never tried it out, it's worth a try because you're going to see skaters of all abilities and skill levels there.
For sure. Yep. And it's free. It's free.
Free.
All right, there's something kind of hairy happening at the Toronto Zoo. You'll like it, though.
Hello.
There we go. It's Highland cows. Now, their names are Blue and Jay. I wonder why. As part of their Wild Encounter program, people have a chance to get up close and personal with the pair. You do need tickets to have these intimate little wild encounters, but what a wonderful gift for the holiday season. You'd get to brush the bangs of a Highland cow.
Oh. Nice. I'd brush them back for them, like so you can see, buddy.
Sure.
Oh, it's what a cool hairdo.
They're
very emo.
They're very their coats are gorgeous. They're very well taken care of.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Toronto Zoo is a good time, too.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
It's really a nice spot. All right, we're going to have your national and international news headlines just ahead, and Latavia will have another full look at the forecast on this Tuesday. Grab the layers because it is cold this morning. You're walking with the winter boots. You can hear the crunch, but we kind of have a warm-up coming.
Mm-hmm. That we do.
Speaking of, there is the Oval. They're getting it all prepared for the day. Live look at it this morning. We're waiting for the sun to rise. Looks like the Zamboni's making its round. Forecast just ahead.
Happy Tuesday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:13. We're taking a live look at Wentworth. A cold start to the day, minus 18 degrees in your area, and it's going to remain rather cold across the region today. Weather's brought to you by the Atlantic Lottery mobile app. As you head outdoors early this morning, it is minus 21 in Edmundston, minus 13 degrees this morning in Fredericton, with minus 9 starting off your day in Charlottetown, minus 6 in Sydney, and minus 2 degrees over in St. John's, Newfoundland. Coastal flooding statement remains in effect until a bit later this morning for parts of Newfoundland. We do also have a snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Could see an additional 5 centimeters within those snow squalls. And also a wind warning that remains in effect. Could see wind gusts of up to 100 kilometers per hour today. So we are seeing a bit of flurry activity starting off the day for parts of Atlantic Canada. We will be seeing that clear, leaving some sunshine for parts of the Maritime region, extending in the forecast for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador as well. But we will still be dealing with some isolated flurries to scattered flurries as well across the region. And into the evening hours, much of the same is expected, but we start to see those flurries start to diminish for parts of Cape Breton Island, still lingering for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador as a new low pressure system makes its way over. And we will be seeing a wintry mix head to the Maritimes into tomorrow's forecast, but temperatures warming up above the freezing mark as well. If you're wondering about our snowfall outlook, we're only going to see around 1 to 5 centimeters of additional snowfall in North Mountain. Same thing goes for Labrador City, and 1 to 10 centimeters of accumulation for parts of Newfoundland. For forecast today for New Brunswick, we will be seeing daytime highs range from -6 to -1. A mix of sun and cloud throughout your day. Then into the evening, showers and or flurries return. Pretty light wind out of the west, 15 kilometers per hour. And for Prince Edward Island, flurries start off the day. That will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with highs between -6 to -5, wind gusts of up to 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at some isolated flurries throughout your day today. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from -3 to +2. A mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. We do have flurries into the afternoon expected for the Tri-County area. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a bit of sunshine as well in the forecast, but a high of -15 degrees in Labrador City. Looking at flurries starting off your day, clearing, leaving sunshine into your afternoon. 0 into St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly cloudy skies expected throughout your day. Wednesday's forecast, a much warmer day ahead, especially for the Maritime region. Above seasonal daytime highs return. We do have a bit of mixed precipitation returning for parts of Atlantic Canada. And then into Thursday's forecast, into the morning, sunshine returns as well. Temperatures slowly cooling down, but still going to be a warmer day ahead for the Maritimes. That's a look at your weather forecast. So we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. New details have emerged in the murders of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife. Their son is in custody, and he could face charges as soon as today. ABC's Lionel Moyes has the latest.
This morning, Nick Reiner, the son of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle is held without bail, accused in the stabbing deaths of his parents.
He was subsequently booked for murder.
Sources say it was the couple's daughter who found them dead in their home Sunday. Sources say Rob and Nick got into an argument Saturday night at a holiday party, and Nick was acting strangely. They say Nick was not home when his parents' bodies were found, but was arrested later near the University of Southern California. The 32-year-old has been open about his struggles with addiction. Nick Reiner telling People magazine in 2016 that he had already gone to rehab 17 times, the first around his 15th birthday, and that he was homeless when he refused to go back to rehab, saying, "I was homeless in Maine, I was homeless in New Jersey, I was homeless in Texas. When I was out there, I could have died. It's all luck. You roll the dice and you hope you make it." As mourners leave flowers on Reiner's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, more of his co-stars are paying tribute.
Is your whole family small?
Yeah, there's just the 3 of us.
Sally Struthers, who worked with Reiner on All in the Family, saying there are no words. This is beyond devastating, and my heart is with their family. And Kevin Bacon, who worked with Reiner on A Few Good Men, saying everyone who knew him is hurting.
The making of that movie was one of the best experiences that I've ever had on a set. He was so fun.
President Trump is facing backlash for his comments about Reiner, who was an outspoken critic of Trump. The president claiming Reiner died because of the anger he caused others through his mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. Charges are expected to be filed today against Nick Reiner when we could learn more about the investigation. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
A quick break here on CTV's Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Crystal will have a conversation and learn more about phones for the holidays and how you can support. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back at 7:21. Now, if you have a cell phone at home that you're no longer using, listen up. You might be able to give the gift of connection this holiday season. The Phones for the Holidays campaign collects used phones across Nova Scotia to support people experiencing homelessness, housing insecurity, and gender-based violence. Here to tell us more is the Chief Development Officer for Geo Nova Scotia, Matt Spurway, and Ashley Tiller, the Violence to Resilience Manager at YWCA in Halifax. Thank you both for coming in.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again, Matt.
You too, Chris.
Let's talk about this program, Phones for the Holidays. Why is this campaign so important right now?
Well, listen, everyone needs a cell phone. Everyone needs a mobile phone, and in particular, people in crisis. People who are experiencing homelessness, people experiencing gender-based violence, and unfortunately in Nova Scotia, both of those situations have gotten much worse lately. And if you're homeless and you don't have a cell phone, then you're not connected to services, to family and friends, to the help that you need, or that 911 call in an emergency. And so that's why we're collecting phones, and we're going to hand them out with partners like Ashley.
Exactly. So Ashley, who is going to be receiving these phones and the phone plans?
Absolutely. So my organization supports over 1,000 women and children each year, and women that are experiencing housing insecurity, gender diverse individuals experiencing housing insecurity, and survivors of gender-based violence.
Yeah, and I know that these phones, really literally provide a lifeline for people in a vulnerable time in their lives. And for people who aren't familiar, Geo Nova Scotia stands for Getting Everyone Online in Nova Scotia. So this really does mean everyone, reducing barriers. And so for many, it's the cost barrier and the access to the phone themselves. So you're looking for used phones. Really? Used phones?
Yeah, that's right. We've got partners at Gibo Device Repair, who has several stores across the province, and they're donating the labor to repair or refurbish any phones that are donated. So we'll be working with them for the several months, hopefully, to repair and distribute those phones. And we want to pair them with a phone card as well, so the phone can be activated immediately, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for people in crisis.
All right, so you're looking for used phones, and ideally, if they can be turned on, you want them wiped clean of any kind of data. But if they aren't able to be turned on, will you still accept them?
Absolutely, yeah. Gibo's able to repair devices, and if they need to be wiped after the fact, we ask people just to leave their contact information, and the friendly folks at Gibo will be in touch and work with you to unlock your phone when the time comes.
Perfect. Ashley, is there really a need for these phones among the people that you work with?
Absolutely, absolutely. Through our December 6th fund, we support hundreds of survivors of gender-based violence each year. And our team very commonly sees people come into the office without a phone to leave with that day. So for individuals that are navigating violence in community or violence at home, they are leaving the space without a safe way to contact a family member, a friend, call a social services team member, call anyone as a lifeline for support in that moment, to be able to call 911. It's crucial that when folks are in our space, they can leave that day with that imperative lifeline for connection.
So what you're looking for then, talk about the monetary donations you're looking for people so you can actually provide the phone and the service immediately.
That's right, yeah. Our website, phonesfortheholidays.ca, has a link to make charitable donations, and we're going to use that money to purchase 1-month phone cards with a little bit of data, so every single phone, as it's distributed, has what it needs to be activated on the spot and be available for someone to use immediately.
Perfect. So we have put the website on ours so that you can find it, but if you go there, it's very easy. The steps are there. Where can people, though, watching, in case they don't have access to the web, where can they drop off their used phones?
Thanks. Yeah, the website has a list of 80 locations across the province, the Gibo stores, a bunch of different businesses and offices, and pretty much every single MLA's offices all across the province are accepting these phones on our behalf.
Perfect. Is there anything else you want to say to people before we go, Ashley?
It really, the donation of a mobile device or a financial contribution to a phone card is such a tangible, meaningful way to invest in the safety of members of our community. So I encourage folks, if they have the ability to do so, to consider it.
Well, thank you. And thank you both for coming in. I mean, I can't imagine a better device, literally, for somebody to have to be able to take the steps they need to get on track when they're in a rough situation in their lives.
Well, thanks, Crystal. We're going to leave a donation box here at the studio for you, so you can collect phones around here for the next couple of weeks.
We'll do that. And one thing I will add as well, that ideally, if you have the old phone and its charger, both would be great, but if you don't have the charger,
whatever you've got, it's got value, we'll put it to good use.
Okay, perfect. Thank you both again for coming in. And again, yeah, we do have that information on our website, so you can check it out. It's now 7:25. We're going to turn our attention over to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. Taking another look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, a high of -5 degrees today. Lots of sunshine across the province. And then on Wednesday, a high of 4, showers and/or flurries expected. And on Thursday, cooling down to -1, sunny skies throughout the day. Showers return into the evening. Nova Scotia will be seeing some flurry activity across the province, clearing out, leaving sunshine into the afternoon with a high of -3. On Wednesday, showers and/or flurries throughout the day, clearing for parts of the province, leaving sunshine, a high of 7. And then on Thursday, 2 degrees with sunny skies starting off your day, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island seeing a high of -5, isolated flurries clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. On Wednesday, showers and/or flurries across the island with a high of 4. 0 on Thursday with sunshine yet again. Time now, 7:26.
Coming up in this half hour, the perfect fit. In this week's edition of Tia Tuesday, we'll introduce you to an entrepreneur whose passion for fashion and design keeps her clients coming back. That's coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back. Halfway through the show on this Tuesday, December 16th. Thanks for joining us. Really great to shine a spotlight on the Phones for the Holidays campaign. A lot of people have used devices at home that they're sitting and gathering dust in a drawer.
Oh, yeah.
It could change a life. Another thing I wanted to shine a spotlight on this half hour is the visit to Perfect Solutions in Dartmouth.
Yes.
We took Tia Tuesday on the road. I met Karna, who is an amazing designer and seamstress. But if you are in the Halifax area, you know, within a reasonable drive to Dartmouth, it's on top of the TD in downtown Dartmouth. This lady does everything, like even cutting up leather jackets and repurposing them. So like if you're looking for somebody who could do leather or make leather repairs, this is your gal. And I'm spreading the word because it is hard to find a good tailor these days, especially somebody who does leather. So just setting that out. Yeah, I know. So you'll find all about Karna and her wonderful work a bit later this half hour.
Seriously, I have some bags that need to be restored too. I wonder if she does that.
She'd love the challenge. Yes. She's there most days. Also, she serves coffee in this place and it's delicious. Just passing that along as well. You can use an extra cup of coffee today.
Absolutely. A warm drink early this morning. It is quite cold across the region. It's going to remain so today. We are going to take a look at our live eye over in Fredericton. Starting off at -13 degrees, not even factoring in that wind chill. We'll take a look at the wind chill in a little bit, but it is going to remain cold, so layers are the key for the day. As of right now, it is -9 heading outdoors in Charlottetown. Early this morning, -11 in Halifax, -6 degrees in Sydney, -21 in Labrador City, and -2 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Then you can take a look at the wind chill here. You can see it's feeling even colder than what our currents are as you head outdoors this morning. Be prepared for a risk of frostbite over in Labrador City with that wind chill sitting at -29. Coastal flooding statement just ended, and we do have a snow squall watch still remaining in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island, and going to see nothing over in Newfoundland for that wind warning, and the winter storm warning has ended as well. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. You can see here a bit of flurry activity for parts of Atlantic Canada. Still going to see lots of sunshine in the forecast as well, though, not helping to warm things up. Over to our current wind for the Maritime region. As of right now, sustained wind 41 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 37 into Grand Etang with 30 in Greenwood, 26 in Moncton. Wind gusts of up to 54 kilometers per hour right now in North Cape, 46 in Grand Etang, 39 in Greenwood. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And staying with the weather this morning, 3 schools in the Strait area are closed today due to road conditions, and select Cape Breton Victoria schools are delayed opening by 1 hour. Over in Sydney, police responded to at least 8 car crashes during yesterday's whiteout conditions.
We're not used to this. We're used to it being nice up into Christmas.
Constable Gary Fraser of the Cape Breton Regional Police says most of them were single vehicle accidents with cars sliding off the road. No serious injuries were reported, but Fraser says it does speak to how local drivers don't normally deal with these kind of conditions this often and this early in the season. Meantime, the winter parking ban is now in effect in the CBRM in Halifax, and the winter season, it officially begins on Sunday. The chief of Halifax Regional Police says patrols have been increased at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings following attacks at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia. The statement says Halifax Regional Police wish to share heartfelt condolences with Australia and the world's Jewish community. This unimaginable act of violence has taken a meaningful cultural celebration and robbed the community of their sense of safety. It goes on to say, while there have been no reported threats to the Jewish community in Halifax, police have increased patrols at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings. There is undoubtedly a sense of fear in the community right now. Police will do what we can to help members of the Jewish community enjoy the holidays safely. A community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by that major fish plant fire. The group says they will organize fundraising to help workers and families impacted by the destruction of the aquashell fish plant in Wallace earlier this month. Details are still being worked out, but organizers say the fund will help local workers who, although about to be laid off for the end of the season, lost vehicles and other personal effects in the fire. It's not known when employment at a new plant would start. A barn in Middle Musquodoboit has been destroyed by a fire. There's not much left of the structure, which is near the Halifax County Exhibition Grounds. No people or animals were harmed. The building was used for storage. The fire broke out after 6:30 Sunday night, but firefighters returned in the morning to continue dousing hot spots. In all, about 40 firefighters, including several volunteer departments, were called in.
So when the building is a total loss like that, it's going to take them a while to sift through the rubble to try to determine a cause. Have investigators on site now and will likely be there for a day or two to try to sort out a cause and figure out what transpired there.
An excavator arrived Monday afternoon to sift through the rubble and prevent any more flare-ups. CTV News has learned Halifax Water has launched an investigation in possible financial irregularities. The utility is saying very little, but did confirm to CTV an investigation is underway by an independent third party to, quote, gather facts. In an email, a spokesperson said the company committed to a thorough and fair internal review. Brittany Smith added to protect the integrity of the process and to ensure fairness, quote, Halifax Water will maintain strict confidentiality during these investigations. The utility also won't comment on specifics, including who's involved and why police have not been included in the probe. In New Brunswick, the Point Lepreau nuclear generating station is back online after a 5-month maintenance outage. The work lasted 2 weeks longer than originally planned due to a problem with a turbine bearing. The shutdown cost MB Power between $1 million and $1.5 million a day purchasing replacement electricity. That said, another outage is planned for the spring.
These maintenance outages are absolutely critical for us. Certain systems in the power plant we can only work on with the station shut down, so we take advantage of that opportunity to really focus on doing those reliability improvements, and that's why we take those outages. So spring of 2026 will be our next outage.
And that outage is scheduled to last 119 days. Finally, a sea of red and white flowed through the streets of Mexico City for the 7th annual Santa Run. More than 3,000 people took part in the event, with some even bringing along their pets. The event aims to be inclusive for runners of all ages and abilities, offering 1, 5, and 10K distances, helping the event turn into a beloved tradition in the Mexican capital.
Even got involved.
I know, it's so cute. Runs like this, runs or walks, always remind me of I'll Be Home for Christmas. Remember that? With Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, this is the same boulevard with the poinsettias as we showed yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a famous spot.
What a famous spot. I would love to take part in this run. I've always wanted to visit Mexico City.
That would be amazing.
And I'll get that adorable dog and bring it with me. Oh, my goodness.
It's so
He doesn't want to wear that hat, but we're so happy they're trying.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, cute medals, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
That's cool. What a fun event.
I love that.
All right, let's talk about some bubbly.
Okay.
Little Chamblon. People drink champagne over the holidays. It can be expensive, but this bottle, very, very expensive. A rare and royal bottle of Dom Perignon has sold for nearly $82,000 Canadian. All right, it's a vintage 1961 champagne that was specifically released for the 1981 wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana. So it was recently auctioned off in Denmark, and it was a very limited edition one-off created to celebrate the Royal Union. So I don't know.
Don't buy it, it's cursed.
82 grand. I wonder if they'll actually drink it.
Would you?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to ask the people that bought it. I don't know them personally.
Oh, yeah.
Drink it, just save the bottle, I guess.
It was me. It was me. And we're going to open it after the show.
Crystal, is that what you got us for Christmas?
Exactly. Remember the Secret Santa?
Yeah, the Secret Santa.
That's what you're getting, yeah.
Yeah, that does remind us to send us a text at 10400. What was the last thing you purchased? Like the last thing you bought? Because we're playing a little fun game. Whatever the last thing you purchased, that's what you're giving as Secret Santa. There's some fun texts. I think someone was sick. Well, I hope they're feeling better. Okay, we're going to share those answers later in the show. We've reached the halfway point of the show, but there's still more to come. Latavia will have more details on the cold Tuesday forecast, and then it's time for Tia Tuesday. We'll meet a maritime entrepreneur who has spent decades perfecting her craft. That's coming up after this break. Please stay with us.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:43. We're taking a live look at Port de Grave. A beautiful sunny start to the day. We are seeing currently -2 degrees as you head outdoors, and then factor in that wind chill. Feeling a bit colder this morning, so you will want to layer up before heading outdoors. Increasing cloudiness also expected a little bit later on. In terms of the current temperatures across the region, it is a cold day ahead. As of right now, it is -13 degrees in Fredericton, -9 in Charlottetown, with -11 degrees in Halifax, -6 into Sydney, and -2 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have a snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. This will be ending a little bit later this morning, but could see an additional 5 centimeters of snow accumulation within those snow squalls. Over to our forecast timeline. So for our forecast today, we are going to see a bit of sunshine, but also some flurry activity across Atlantic Canada. And then into the afternoon, much of the same is expected. We're looking at either mainly cloudy skies to a mix of sun and cloud, and still seeing a bit of flurries for parts of Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton, parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into the evening, much of the same expected, but taking us into the evening tonight, we could see a chance of showers and or flurries return, taking us into Wednesday's forecast, but a much warmer day is expected for the Maritime region. If you're wondering about snow accumulation, only going to see an additional 1 to 5 centimeters for North Mountain. Same thing for Labrador City, and around 1 to 10 centimeters of accumulation for parts of Newfoundland. Our forecast today for New Brunswick, seeing sunshine today, but then a chance of showers and or flurries into the evening. Daytime highs will range from -6 to -1, and light wind expected out of the west at 15 kilometers per hour. Prince Edward Island looking highs between -6 to -5. Flurries start off the day will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with wind gusts of up to 40. Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at some isolated flurries throughout your day, wind gusts of 40 as well. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from -3 to +2. A mix of sun and cloud with flurries returning into the afternoon for the Tri-County area. For Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a bit of sunshine as well in the forecast, but also some flurry activity. -15 degrees in Labrador City. Flurries will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud and mainly cloudy skies for St. John's, Newfoundland, with a high of 0. Wednesday's forecast, above seasonal daytime highs return for much of the Maritime region, so a much warmer day ahead. We do have a chance of showers and or flurries returning into the forecast across parts of Atlantic Canada. And then into Thursday's forecast, into the early morning, we will be seeing sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada, but a bit of mixed precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to our Tia Tuesday.
It's Tia Tuesday, and we're taking things on the road. We're in downtown Dartmouth, right above the TD building. I'm at Perfect Solutions Tailor and Design. I'm joined by owner Karna Morton, and of course, Tia Upshaw, CEO and president of Black Women in Excellence. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, so you have this fantastic shop. This is your latest business. How did you get into the world of design?
It started at a very early age. I happened to have been at an event, and I was at a fashion show, and I seen one of the designers there at the show, and I said, where can I go to learn to do what I do? And they recommended Dalhousie Costume Design Program, and I'm a graduate from there.
Okay, and here we are. And the neat thing is, with this business, Perfect Solutions, Tia was your first customer. How did you meet Karna?
Okay, so literally, I've known her son for many, many, many years. But Karna was literally posting, it was on social media. And I was like, well, I love having a tailor. I love, going to someone that can do alterations because I always need them. But the fact that she was a black woman really drew me to her. And I just popped over one day with I think a garbage bag full of stuff. And I was like, I need this altered. And, you know, here we are today. And I actually have a piece on that she actually altered for me. And it fits well. And, you know, I'll keep coming back to Karna. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, thank you. Gorgeous. It's fantastic. So this speaks to the tailor aspect, that you can take a garment that somebody has and you can make it fit them better than it does, which is great. And the other thing you do as a tailor is, I love this, restoration of pieces. You've got this fabulous retro Bulls jacket, but this is not real leather, right?
No, but I guess the client knows that, and they love the piece so much they asked me could I restore it the best I could. So this is a work in progress.
But you can restore this. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's the tailor element. Then there's the design element. So what does that mean?
So design can come into a variety of aspects, such as you can come in, you might have an event, I measure you, and as behind Tia there, on the mannequin, I build a body block with your measurements in it, and then I execute it into whatever design you want. So I will sketch something, or you can come with a photo, and I can build it right from scratch with a photo.
But okay, I actually I'm hard to fit. I kind of like odd proportion. So you could like look at me and be like, "Girl, I'll just make something, and you're going to look fantastic." Oh,
definitely.
That is definitely a number you want in your phone. Okay. The other thing that I really love is that you also do custom pet designs. This is an example. Can you hold the mic, Tia?
Absolutely.
Okay. What do we have here?
That's a little dog jacket. So I make for, this was my product line is off the chain fashions for dogs. And I do a variety, like from tiny to large dogs.
Yeah. James is working the camera there. He's got a big dog with a big chest. Diesel needs a jacket, but like commercial pet stores don't have a jacket that's going to fit. So, and the quality here, like this is feel that. That is, you'd want a piece like that. Like, isn't that nicely made?
Like the jacket I have on today.
Yeah, like that is a well-made, beautiful.
I'm surprised. Usually it feels like, you know, tough and tight and cheap.
Yeah.
No.
Karna?
No, Karna. And it's got like the little cutout so that the doggy can do the business.
Yeah.
And like, no, that's so beautiful. You got the humans covered, you got the pets covered. You even have the beginners covered. Talk about your lessons coming up.
Currently it's just completed, but in January we're hosting Sewing One, which is a program through HRM I offer. And I teach that. It's an 8-week sewing class. So the participants come in and they learn to sew. So you may have never sewn before. We provide the sewing machine, or you can bring your own.
Yeah.
And I take you right from the beginning stages of how to thread it, how to do the bobbin, light care and maintenance of the machine, how to change the needle, and then we actually sew. I teach different stitches, and we actually have a completed project at the end of the 8 weeks.
That's fantastic.
I need that.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to take it myself. And then pattern making too. That's another that is a lost art. What is it about Karna's work that really just makes you feel, proud to be supporting her business?
I think for me, it's a baseline type of business. It's not eccentric. It's not different. It's not innovative. It's a business that is needed. You know, I am 45 years old, and ask me to sew something, Crystal. I cannot sew a button. I cannot hem my pants. I have to buy hemming tape from Walmart and iron it on. Those basic tools that we should know how to use, I have no idea. Yeah. So her offering this is just the biggest thing in the world, and I'll be taking a class really soon.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And with this day and age, people want to repair things rather than throw them out. Like this sewing skills are gold. Okay, there's a pattern there.
So this is an apron pattern, and this is in the 8-week sewing class. So I make the patterns. They can either purchase them, because I do sell patterns. You may be somebody who sews and wants to buy a pattern.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know what you want. I can construct it and make it.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah.
All right, last thing I'm going to say before we go is just, I know that you're a Black-owned business. Why is it so important to have people like Tia creating community to support businesses like yours?
I think it's critical and important, just for the simple reason that as far as having that support or people promoting, is really tough in this business world, as we know. So to have that force and have the person Tia come in and do this is amazing. Like for me, it's like the promotional aspect of it is creating awareness in the Black community and letting others know, just not even outside of the Black community, that there are businesses that are absolutely starting up. Some are already in existence, but it's important to have that connection and have that support. So thank you, Tia.
Thank you, Karna.
And thank you, Tia, for introducing us to Karna, because we all need a great tailor in our back pocket.
100%. Keep her number.
Keep her number. All right, put all the information about Karna's shop, Perfect Solutions, on our website. She does leather. She does it all, and you can get all that information as you go. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.
See you later.
Thank you so much, ladies. Health and medical news now. Health officials say there has been a rapid and significant spike in flu cases across the country. In Ottawa, 3 children have died from flu-related complications. CTV's Abigail Beeman has more on the severity of this year's flu season in Your Health.
3 children between the ages of 5 and 9 killed by influenza A complications.
This is an unusual situation where the coroner advised us of 3 influenza A-related deaths that happened recently.
2 Ottawa area health units speaking out, sending the message there's still time to get vaccinated.
The strain this year is a more dangerous strain.
Officials say the cases are still with the coroner, and they don't yet know if the children had underlying medical conditions or if they got flu shots.
What we're seeing with kids this year is not unheard of, but we don't see it every year. Unfortunately, this year we're seeing a rise in pediatric cases of influenza.
Ottawa's Children's Hospital saw 300 positive flu tests between December 1st and 10th. During the same period last year, there were just 11. Flu rates are up across the country. The latest data available up to December 6th puts national positivity rates at 20.2%, highest in the Prairies and Ontario, while Ottawa's are at 36.5%.
Unfortunately, still have some highway miles ahead of us during this respiratory virus season.
Dr. Isaac Bogosh says the flu kills between 25 and 3,500 Canadians each year.
It's probably going to peak sometime around the holidays, but even after it peaks, remember, it's a long road down the other side of the mountain as well.
Renelle Chalifu and her 3 adult children get their flu shot together every year.
Not only for myself and my family, friends, but socially as well, to protect everyone.
Experts again stressing it's not too late to get vaccinated, especially ahead of the busy social holiday season with parties and gatherings and people mingling from different places, reminding you to follow the basic hygiene rules, cough and sneeze into your sleeve, and consider wiping down high-touch areas like doorknobs.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, a high of -5 today. Lots of sunshine across New Brunswick. And then on Wednesday, a high of 4 degrees. Showers and or flurries return. On Thursday, sunshine throughout the day with evening showers, a high of -1. Nova Scotia is looking at a high of -3 degrees today. We do have sunshine, but also seeing some flurries across parts of the province. On Wednesday, 7 degrees is your daytime high. Showers and or flurries return, but also sunshine into the afternoon. And then on Thursday, a high of 2 degrees, sunny skies with increasing cloudiness. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of -5 degrees today. Isolated flurries clear, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. On Wednesday, showers and or flurries across the island with a high of 4, 0 on Thursday with sunshine.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
On Your Morning Atlantic, a community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by a major fish plant fire earlier this month. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And do you need a furry new friend in your life? We'll chat with the Annapolis Valley Cat Rescue and find out how you can help kitties find their forever homes. That's coming up in Pet Talk on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. A kitty for Christmas, maybe? Who knows? I know I went to Forgiving Tuesday. My 8-year-old and I went to Bide a While shelter. They had like an open event, and we're talking to a different shelter in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley, but we were at a cat event where they had like more than a dozen kittens in 2 different rooms that you could pet
What a
and
dream.
play with. Yeah, my child had a great time, and I walked away thinking like, is it time for us to get a cat? But still no cat. But I'm ready to be convinced.
Well, the rescue we're talking to is where Suzette got her beautiful cat Dolly on the show last week.
Yes.
She's just fitting into the home beautifully, and so we're going to shine a spotlight on their wonderful work.
Love to see
Lots of animals need homes this time of year.
At least cats, for the most part, take care of themselves.
Yeah. If I weren't allergic, I would love to welcome a new cat.
I had a cat once.
Did you?
I'm deadly allergic to cats. And one time in Ontario, like a kitten showed up, and I was like, I'm obsessed with anything baby related, like little puppy or kitten. So I took him inside. I named him Felix. We had him for like a week, and then I had to get rid of him because I was dying. But he went to a good home. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I can't do this.
Like, maybe I'll just get used to it.
Yeah. No.
That's the thing about, though, like you have to do your research to make sure that and you can try. You know, it's like sometimes it works out that you didn't know.
No, like I always had allergies, but they were minor. And then so I thought, you know, if you're exposed to something often enough, you'll be fine. That was not the case. It got worse. Yeah, I've declined. Yeah, but anyways, if you are looking for a new pet in your home, this might be a great place to start.
Yes, tune in a moment. In the meantime, do listen to what you have to say about the weather. Cold today.
Yes, if you do have pets going outside today, boots and a jacket is preferred, especially for you as well. Here's a live look at Bedeck. Definitely a cold start to the day, very gloomy one at that. We are expecting a chance of flurries in your area and not really seeing sunshine in your area either. As of right now, minus 13 degrees in Fredericton, minus 9 in Charlottetown, minus 11 degrees in Halifax, minus 2 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Factor in that that wind chill is feeling a lot colder this morning, and that's the same thing for both Newfoundland and Labrador. A risk of frostbite in Labrador City today. We do still have a snow squall watch remaining in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Could see an additional 5 centimeters of snow within that snow squall, and we are seeing a bit of flurry activity for parts of Atlantic Canada. Although we are seeing sunshine in the forecast, not really helping to warm things up, so keep that in mind and make sure to bundle up. As for the wind across the maritime region, becoming lighter today. As of right now, 41 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 37 into Grand Etang, 22 in Canso, and 26 in Moncton. Wind gusts of up to 54 kilometers per hour right now in North Cape, 46 in Grand Etang, 35 in Bathurst. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And this morning, 3 schools in the Strait area are closed today due to road conditions, and select Cape Breton Victoria schools are delayed opening by 1 hour. In Sydney, police responded to at least 8 car crashes during yesterday's whiteout conditions.
We're not used to this. We're used to it being nice up into Christmas.
Constable Gary Fraser of the Cape Breton Regional Police says most of them were single vehicle accidents with cars sliding off the road. No serious injuries were reported, but Fraser says this does speak to how local drivers don't normally deal with these kinds of conditions this often and this early in the season. Meantime, the winter parking ban is now in effect in the CBRM and Halifax. It's worth noting it's still technically fall. The winter season officially begins on Sunday. The chief of Halifax Regional Police says patrols have been increased at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings following attacks at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia. The statement says Halifax Regional Police wish to share heartfelt condolences with Australia and the world's Jewish community. This unimaginable act of violence has taken a meaningful cultural celebration and robbed the community of their sense of safety. Goes on to say, while there have been no reported threats to the Jewish community in Halifax, police have increased patrols at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings. There is undoubtedly a sense of fear in the community right now. Police will do what we can to help members of the Jewish community enjoy the holidays safely. A community group in Wallace, Nova Scotia is coming together to help those impacted by that major fish plant fire. The group says they will organize fundraising to help workers and families impacted by the destruction of the aqua shell fish plant in Wallace earlier this month. Details still being worked out, but organizers say the funds will help local workers who, although about to be laid off for the end of the season, lost vehicles, and other personal items in the fire. It's not known when employment at a new plant would start. Air Canada is heralding the resumption of a daily, non-stop flight between Fredericton and Ottawa, which was lost during COVID. The airline says it's optimistic about adding even more flights in the region in the future.
For us, it's really a route that is based on a solid business case. If we look at increasing demand here from the community, the government sector, the defense sector, but also the business and the service sector.
The airline is also launching a new daily direct year-round flight between Moncton and Ottawa. Finally, a special drop-off was made at the IWK. CTV's Mike Lamb was there for the delivery, honoring a former patient at the health center.
Her daughter passed away on the 27th of October. We just said, well, let's do something for her. My wife came up with the idea, let's start a toy drive. And over the last month of doing it, everybody's been delivering and us picking up, and it just turned out more than what we expected.
We'll start our stuffy bit.
Our inspiration was for our little girl. She was very good at catching people's hearts, and it definitely showed from our toy drive. Just posted on Facebook. We made flyers, passed them around to local businesses. Everybody donated pretty well that where we took them. My wife set up an online wish list on Amazon, and packages just kept coming to our house. So you can't even imagine how it makes you feel knowing that everybody thought of her, thought of us.
We will use this donation for what we call Operation Snowpile, and it's a way that we support families while they're in hospital to help them keep things normal and to alleviate them from having to worry about Christmas lists and getting out shopping and making sure that all the normal things happen while they're here in hospital. So we're really grateful. I mean, it's so wonderful that we have these people in the community that are thinking of the kids that are here in hospital and their families, and everyone is so touched when they get to witness some of these donations, seeing how much the community is doing for them. We're really grateful, and so are the patients and families.
We've been in the IWK months and months over Sawyer's lifespan, and I've seen firsthand kids that are here and stuck in holidays. Why not try to make something a little brighter for somebody else? And Sawyer was like that. She took care of everybody else. She's very compassionate for being so young. And it's just nice to give back to help. Everybody needs help.
Isn't that true? Everyone needs a little help. So thank you to CTV's Mike Lamb for that piece, and to everyone who donated and came together. It is a season of giving back, and those were definitely Santa's helpers right there.
Absolutely.
Story. Yeah. Well, let's shift gears. This is a very different kind of story, but kind of happy too. We love a good mural on the show. These, we have to travel all the way to Nigeria to see them.
We believe that art shouldn't be confined in the spaces of a gallery and a museum, that art should be experienced by the public. So that is why one of the reasons why this project is actually happening.
Yeah, so the Lago Street Art Festival features 12 artists this year. The organizers are hoping the public's access to the art can play a role in inspiring social change. Yeah,
beautiful.
it is gorgeous. I love that this is happening. I know that murals can really brighten up a space, but I love when there's a bit of a message to them too. Anyway, also the weather's a little nicer in Nigeria than it is here, so I thought it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Nice.
Very talented.
Sunny. Wow, we've seen so many new murals too around our region pop up in different cities and communities. I love it. Okay, still ahead this half hour, we will catch up with a barn cat rescue organization in Pet Talk. And also after the break, Latavia's latest look at the forecast. Not as hot and sunny as in Lagos, but we do have some warm, beautiful, and we do have some warm conditions coming up. Details next.
A beautiful sunny start to your day. Welcome back. Time now is 8:12 on your Tuesday morning, taking a live look at Lockport. Sunny but cold. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. Currently minus 10 degrees outdoors, and that's not even factoring in that wind chill. Weather is brought to you by the Atlantic Lottery mobile app. Quite cold right across the board. As of right now, minus 21 as you head outdoors in Edmonton. Minus 13 starting off your day in Fredericton. Minus 8 in Charlottetown. Minus 12 degrees in Halifax. And minus 2 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still seeing that snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Will end a little bit later this morning, but we are expecting an additional 5 centimeters of accumulation within that snow squall. So here's a look at our forecast timeline. As you can see here, we do have sunshine in our forecast right across parts of Atlantic Canada. Also seeing some flurry activity across the region as well. A chance of flurries will clear for parts of Atlantic Canada, but so will remain as we enter into the evening hours. A few clouds return as well across the Maritime region, taking us into early Wednesday morning. We do have a chance of showers and or flurries returning across parts of the Maritimes. If you're wondering about snow accumulation, only seeing around 1 to 5 centimeters for North Mountain. Now it has increased across parts of Labrador City, 5 to 10 centimeters expected, and around 1 to 10 centimeters of accumulation for parts of Newfoundland. Into our forecast today for New Brunswick. Lots of sunshine throughout your day today. We will be seeing a chance of showers and or flurries return into the evening. Daytime highs will range from -6 to -1 and light wind expected today. For Prince Edward Island, highs between -6 to -5. Flurries start off your day clearing for Prince Edward Island, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. We will be seeing some isolated flurries throughout your day for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, with wind gusts of up to 40. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud, looking at flurries returning into the afternoon for the Tri-County area. For Labrador City, we're looking at a high of -15 degrees today. Flurries starting off your day will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 0 into St. John's, Newfoundland, with mainly cloudy skies throughout your day. So for Wednesday's forecast, we do have a bit of mixed precipitation, really. A chance of showers and or flurries return across Atlantic Canada. We will also see a warm-up occur. So for the most part, for the Maritime region, above seasonal daytime highs, going to be a much warmer day ahead. And then into Thursday's forecast, lots of sunshine across the region. Still some lingering mixed precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Police services across Canada have increased their presence around Jewish spaces and events in the wake of the mass shooting at a Hanukkah event in Australia Sunday. Investigators say the violent attack that killed at least 15 people was an act of terrorism. CTV's Judy Trin has the latest.
Crowds of mourners united in grief after a mass shooting on Bondi Beach. Violence that turned a celebration of Hanukkah into carnage. Australia's Prime Minister says it's motivated by Islamic State ideology.
In this act of anti-Semitism, driven by ideology, it's an extreme perversion of Islam.
The shooters killed at least 15 people and wounded dozens. This young Canadian couple ran from the chaos.
People were kind of like just ditching their cars on the sidewalk, hopping out, grabbing their kids. People were throwing their bikes down, throwing everything on the ground and just running.
The victims range in age from 10 years old to 87. Officials say the suspects were not part of a terror cell, that they worked alone. Australian media are identifying them as Sajid Akram and Naveed Akram.
Father and son. The 50-year-old is deceased. The 24-year-old is currently in hospital.
The father, Sajid, died after being shot by police. He came as a student nearly 3 decades ago. His son, Naveed, was born in Australia and previously investigated in 2019. 38 people remain in hospital. The toll could have been higher if not for the actions of Ahmed El Ahmed, a local fruit vendor from Syria. Ottawa Rabbi Chaim Mendelson knows the rabbi who was killed on Bondi Beach. Mendelson calls the bystander a hero.
He is literally the light in the darkness. He is the silver lining of this story. He is the reminder that there is a safe future for all of mankind to live together.
Australia's leaders are promising to hold an inquiry into this massacre to review security protocols and tighten already tough gun laws.
CTV's Judy Trin reporting in Ottawa. New details have emerged in the murders of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife. Their son is in custody, and he could face charges as soon as today. ABC's Lionel Moyes has the latest.
This morning, Nick Reiner, the son of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle is held without bail, accused in the stabbing deaths of his parents.
He was subsequently booked for murder.
Sources say it was the couple's daughter who found them dead in their home Sunday. Sources say Rob and Nick got into an argument Saturday night at a holiday party, and Nick was acting strangely. They say Nick was not home when his parents' bodies were found, but was arrested later near the University of Southern California. The 32-year-old has been open about his struggles with addiction. Nick Reiner telling People magazine in 2016 that he had already gone to rehab 17 times, the first around his 15th birthday, and that he was homeless when he refused to go back to rehab, saying, "I was homeless in Maine. I was homeless in New Jersey. I was homeless in Texas. When I was out there, I could have died. It's all luck. You roll the dice and you hope you make it." As mourners leave flowers on Reiner's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, more of his co-stars are paying tribute.
Is your whole family small?
Yeah, there's just the three of us.
Sally Struthers, who worked with Reiner on All in the Family, saying, "There are no words. This is beyond devastating, and my heart is with their family." And Kevin Bacon, who worked with Reiner on A Few Good Men, saying everyone who knew him is hurting.
The making of that movie was one of the best experiences that I've ever had on a set. He was so fun.
President Trump is facing backlash for his comments about Reiner, who was an outspoken critic of Trump. The president claiming Reiner died because of the anger he caused others through his mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. Charges are expected to be filed today against Nick Reiner when we could learn more about the investigation. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
A quick break here on CTV's Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, it's Pet Talk. We'll be catching up with a cat adoption shelter in the Annapolis Valley. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's 8:23. Well, if you've done the research and you know you're in need of a new furry friend, check out Talia Barn Cat Rescue in the Annapolis Valley. They're an organization helping cats in need finding their forever home. To learn more, we welcome Vice President Lexis Gordon. Good morning, Lexis, and who have you got with you?
This is Moose. Hi, how are you?
We are great. Hello, Alexis. Hello, Moose. Tell us a little bit about how the Barn Cat Rescue even started in the first place.
Yeah, so we started back in 2023. Our founder and president, Laura Thibodeau, had lost her own barn cat, Talia, at the time. And she was looking around for other organizations to help. And she noticed a bit of a gap in her county. So that's how we started. And since then, we've been able to help hundreds of cats find homes.
Well, Moose gosh, what a shiny, beautiful coat. Is it specifically barn cats? Like, what types of cats does Talia Barn Cat Rescue specialize in?
Yeah, so most of the cats that we bring into our care are strays, feral cats that we rehabilitate. Most fortunately, we haven't been able or had to put a lot of cats in barn homes. We prefer to put them in indoor homes. So most of our, the barn cat is mostly in memory of the Talia.
Okay, perfect. So you basically find cat, if cat needs a home, you're going to help them find a home. Let's talk a little bit about how we can support your organization. First of all, you have the 12 Cats of Christmas. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so those cats represent cats like Moose, who have been in our care for quite a while now and maybe haven't hit our adoption page. So those are cats that have medical needs.
Yeah, we see some of the beautiful cats here. Another thing, I noticed that really it must cost a lot to run a cat rescue, that you recently racked up $20,000 in vet bills, and you look to help from generous people to help you fund that. So how can people help your organization?
Yeah, so most of our cases are vulnerable cats, so those do have more expensive vet bills. So we have multiple ways that you can help us raise money, including our 50/50, which you can find on our Facebook page. You can sponsor cats like the 12 Days of Christmas. We have Spay Angels. We have waffles that we run weekly. So there are lots of ways to support us on our Facebook page.
What's a Spay Angel?
So that's, so for example, Lolly was our latest Spay Angel. So she hasn't been posted for adoption just yet. So her adoption will be about $250. So people can sponsor us spaying her, so she doesn't have any kittens or anything, and that just helps us cover some costs.
Now, a post on your Facebook page, which is a wonderful page with lots of really interesting information there, you were suggesting that maybe often giving the gift of a cat to someone else isn't always a great idea because they may just not have done the research. They may not actually be prepared. So what are some other ways that people can give the gift of a cat without actually gifting a cat?
Yeah, so you can, like I said, we can look on our Facebook page, and there are lots of ways to sponsor cats, like Moose, on our Facebook page. It is very important to do your research. Cats aren't Christmas presents, and they are long-term 15-year, 20-year commitments. So we want to make sure that that you have done your research for these guys.
Wonderful. We've got about 30 seconds left, Lexus. Is there anything else you want to say to our viewers before we go?
Yeah, just, always remember to spay and neuter your pets. That helps us out greatly. And we are always looking for fosters if anybody is interested. So we have lots of adoptable cats on our Facebook page that are still looking for their forever homes this holiday season.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lexus. And thanks to Moose. Perfect subject today.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye.
We put all the information about Talia Barn Cat Rescue on our website if you'd like to find out more. Now we're going to turn our attention over to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. Taking a look at the 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, a high of -5 degrees today. Lots of sunshine across the province today. Looking at a chance of showers and or flurries into the evening. On Wednesday, mixed precipitation with a high of 4 degrees and cooling back down on Thursday, a high of -1. Sunny skies throughout the day and showers arrive into the evening. Nova Scotia looking at a bit of flurry activity, but also seeing sunshine across parts of the province with a high of -3. 7 degrees for Wednesday, looking at a mixed precipitation, clearing out for parts of the province, leaving sunshine. And then on Thursday, a high of 2 degrees. Lots of sunshine, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island seeing a high of -5, flurries clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Then on Thursday, 4 degrees with showers and or flurries across the island. Then on Thursday, sunny skies with a high of 0.
Still ahead, they're known for their stellar reporting skills, but how are the two in the kitchen? Emma and Vanessa are making sugar cookies for us here on CTV's Your Morning Atlantic. Stay tuned. That's coming up next. Yeah, that's sugar. You got it.
Welcome back and good morning, Atlantic Canada. Happy Tuesday, December 16th. We're inching towards the holidays, Christmas. Santa's on his way. Very exciting.
Yay!
Santa's going to need some sugar cookies too.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. See, with a nice glass of milk. So maybe this will be the cookie recipe for you.
Might be.
I'm looking for a good sugar cookie recipe.
Yes.
I love sugar.
I think to try different recipes to get the perfect one.
And it can be difficult to get the perfect one
Yes,
as
it
well.
can.
But it's so fun to do the icing for it, whether you use sprinkles or, you use the royal icing. We'll see.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, this is where I would like making the cookies, and then I'm like, Amanda, hey, you want to come over and decorate cookies?
Yeah, exactly. That's the lady to call.
I'd be like, okay, no problem. Which tools shall I bring over?
Yeah, exactly. David and I will bake them, you decorate them.
Love that deal.
Yeah.
And today's a good day to get that stove going.
Yes, warm treats.
Yes.
That's what you'll want today. It's going to be a cold day ahead for much of the region. Temperatures expected to warm up tomorrow. Today will remain cold. Just keep that in mind. I know. Beautiful. It's always nice looking at the sunshine outside, and we welcome the return of sunshine. Here's a live look at Peggy's Cove. It is cold, though, this morning. Keep that in mind. We are going to see cold temperatures right across Atlantic Canada. A bit of a warm-up, but still going to remain below the freezing mark. As of right now, -13 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, -12 starting off your day in Halifax, -8 degrees in Charlottetown, with -6 in Sydney and -2 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Factor in that wind chill, feeling quite cold this morning across Atlantic Canada. We do still have that snow squall watch in effect for parts of Cape Breton Island. Will end a little bit later this morning. So now we're going to take a look at our satellite and radar. We are seeing sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada, but also some flurry activity sticking around on and off throughout the day today. In terms of the wind, lighter than yesterday, still picking up for parts of the Maritime region as of right now, 46 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 35 for sustained wind in Grand Etang, with 28 in Moncton, 24 in Greenwood. Wind gusts of up to 56 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 33 in Greenwood, and 28 in Charlottetown. We'll have one last look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
And this morning, 3 schools in the Strait area are closed today due to road conditions, and select Cape Breton Victoria schools are delayed opening by 1 hour. Now in Sydney yesterday, police responded to at least 8 car crashes during whiteout conditions.
We're not used to this. We're used to it being nice up into Christmas.
Constable Gary Fraser of the Cape Breton Regional Police says most of them were single vehicle accidents with cars sliding off the road. While no serious injuries were reported, Fraser says it speaks to how local drivers don't normally deal with these kinds of conditions this often and this early in the season. Meantime, the winter parking ban is now in effect in the CBRM and Halifax. The winter season officially begins on Sunday. In New Brunswick, the Point Lepreau nuclear generating station is back online after a 5-month maintenance outage. The work lasted 2 weeks longer than originally planned due to a problem with a turbine bearing. The shutdown cost NB Power between $1 million and $1.5 million a day purchasing replacement electricity. That said, another outage is planned for the spring.
These maintenance outages are absolutely critical for us. Certain systems in the power plant we can only work on with the station shut down, so we take advantage of that opportunity to really focus on doing those reliability improvements, and that's why we take those outages. So spring of 2026 will be our next outage.
And that spring outage is scheduled to last 119 days. The chief of Halifax Regional Police says patrols have been increased at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings following attacks at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia. The statement says Halifax Regional Police wish to share heartfelt condolences with Australia and the world's Jewish community. This unimaginable act of violence has taken a meaningful cultural celebration and robbed the community of their sense of safety. It goes on to say, while there have been no reported threats to the Jewish community in Halifax, police have increased patrols at local synagogues and Hanukkah gatherings. There is undoubtedly a sense of fear in the community right now. Police will do what we can to help members of the Jewish community enjoy the holidays safely. For more on this and the wider impact, we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, as mentioned, some police forces in our country are increasing their presence in Jewish communities following that Australian attack. How is the Jewish community feeling right now?
Good morning, Amanda. Horrified and devastated, but unfortunately not shocked. Jewish communities around the world have been increasingly targeted. We've seen this in the news covering devastating events right around the globe, but also right here at home. We've witnessed a troubling rise in anti-Semitism through intimidation, threats, violence, or protests targeting Jewish communities right across the country. In August, B'nai B'rith Canada putting out a stark warning saying intimidation and attacks on Jews in this country is rising sharply. In its annual audit of anti-Semitic incidents, last year marked its highest number documented since it began the count more than 40 years ago. And in the wake of the Bondi attack, saying statements after tragedies are welcomed, but ultimately not enough. The response, it says, must be immediate, calling for more action now, every level of government and from policing agencies across the country, as you heard from Halifax Police right there, and also policing agencies around the country increasing their patrols as well, Amanda.
And Scott, Canadians are reacting to the weekend shooting at Bondi Beach in Australia. What's the latest you can tell us there?
Sunday's attack is being condemned worldwide. It's being met with anger and shock, but also a show of unity as the Jewish community continues to come together to celebrate Hanukkah, but at the same time, reflect on the tragedy and honor the victims of Sunday's mass shooting. CTV News spoke with Canadians who were there in Australia at Bondi Beach when the shooting began and the chaos erupted. Here's more from their personal experience.
Just hundreds of people like running and screaming off the beach. So I turned around and we just started running back as quick as we could back to our hostel. People were kind of like just ditching their cars on the sidewalk, hopping out, grabbing their kids. People were throwing their bikes down.
Now, Amanda, specifically here at home, Canada's spy agency says there's no indication of a specific threat, but an intelligence brief does say there is a, quote, realistic possibility of a violent extremist attack in Canada, including one targeting the Jewish community.
Okay, we'll continue to follow this story. Scott, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV's Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. Finally, this is a sign of the season, especially if you have some skates. The Halifax Skating Oval on the Halifax Common is now officially open for the winter. The facility opened just yesterday morning for the season. It's open for skaters from 11 until 9 weekday and from noon to 9 p.m. on weekends. It is the largest outdoor artificially refrigerated ice surface east of Quebec City. By the way, if you don't have the equipment, don't worry. Free equipment rentals, including skates and helmets, are available. It's fun to go in the day. It's also really fun to go at night if you've never tried the night skate.
Totally. Bring a nice thermos of hot chocolate.
Yes.
That really does make the experience like an experience.
Yes. Have you both been before?
Yeah, many times.
Nice.
Many times. Note, though, before you go, do check the website because it's not open solidly the whole time. It actually opened just for certain times during the windows you described, Amanda. So just check it out. And they're like, okay, 10 o'clock a.m., perfect, let's go. And away you go.
Because they got to get that Zamboni out, but there's also great places to sit out there, too. It's really nice.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, so that is happening now. What else?
We'll take a look at the community calendar. If you're looking for something to do in St. John, New Brunswick, we'll put it up in a second. There will be Kenny and Dolly's Christmas Tribute, and then will take place this Saturday at the Imperial Theatre. This is a masterpiece that has become more than just an album and is cherished tradition. So the performance begins at 7:30 p.m. For tickets, you can head over to Imperial Theatre's website. And the Hot Chocolate Trail is being offered on weekends across the island of Prince Edward Island. You can visit local shops and restaurants across the province from east to west and embrace the spirit of the holiday season. This is really cool. You can head over to their website to see the entire trail map. There's lots of places across the province. And in Halifax, head to the public gardens to enjoy the Parade of Lights. And from now until January 1st, so the public gardens will be aglow with a festive trail of holiday lights from 5 to 9 p.m. Really cool idea. And if you do have an event coming up, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
All right, we're going to take another break. Still ahead, Latavia has one last look at the cold Tuesday forecast. And also, too, we're going to warm up with some holiday cooking, too.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, we're cooking with the crew. We have our colleagues, Vanessa and Emma, in our kitchen, and they're going to put together some sugar cookies. That's coming up after the break. It's 8:41.
Quite a beautiful and sunny start to your day over in Tangier. Welcome back. The time now is 8:44. Cold this morning, though. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. In your area, minus 15 degrees. And right across Atlantic Canada, it's quite cold starting off your day. Make sure to layer up and bundle up before heading out. Minus 13 degrees in Fredericton, minus 8 early this morning in Charlottetown, minus 12 degrees starting off your day in Halifax with minus 6 in Sydney, minus 20 over in Labrador City, and minus 2 degrees into St. John's and Newfoundland. Over to our forecast timeline. Now, we are seeing sunshine early this morning, not really helping to warm things up, though. But we do have some flurry activity tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada. We will be seeing flurries clear out for parts of the region, but for the most part, seeing some isolated flurries for the Maritime region and looking at around a 60% chance of it happening for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Into the evening hours, much of the same, just a bit of cloud coverage returning for much of all three Maritime provinces. Still holding on to a bit of flurry activity for Cape Breton. And then for Labrador City, we will be seeing another low make its way over, bringing some isolated flurries back your way, between 30 to 60% chance of it happening. In terms of our snowfall outlook, only seeing around 1 to 5 centimeters of snow accumulation for North Mountain, 5 to 10 for Labrador City, and around 1 to 10 for Newfoundland. So for our forecast today for New Brunswick, very cold day ahead. Daytime highs will range from minus 6 to minus 1, starting off with sunshine and then seeing a chance of showers and or flurries return into the evening. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between minus 6 to minus 5 degrees. Flurry starts off your day, and then that will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. Wind out of the northwest, 20 gusting to 40 kilometers per hour. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, isolated flurries expected throughout your day today, with highs ranging from minus 5 to minus 3, wind gusts of 40. For the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and clouds starting off your day, and then seeing some isolated flurries return into the afternoon for the Tri-County area. Daytime highs between minus 2 to plus 2. And then for Labrador City, a high of minus 50 15 degrees today, starting off the day with flurries and then seeing it clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 0 for St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly cloudy skies throughout your day. Wednesday's forecast, we are going to see a warm-up starting off the day with a chance of flurries for northern New Brunswick. Parts of Newfoundland and Labrador also seeing some flurry activity. Definitely a warmer day ahead. Temperatures on Thursday will cool down. Early in the morning on Thursday, we do have mixed precipitation returning across parts of the region and then clearing out, leaving sunshine as we head towards Friday. Friday will be a much colder day ahead, Crystal.
Baking weather there, Latavia. It's 8:46. I've got Vanessa and Emma, reporters extraordinaire, and bakers extraordinaire. Well, we'll soon find out.
We'll find out. I think we have some pretty good credibility.
You do. The recipes you made last year, I still use. You made an amazing bark and amazing hot chocolate. You can find this on our web. Did TikTok inspire you again?
Slightly. We looked at a few different recipes, and this is the one that seemed the easiest, to be honest.
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies,
all right,
yes.
Well, take it away.
Well, Vanessa has butter and sugar in here. I'm not going to give all the measurements. We'll give those later, but lots is what I'm going to say. And then we have some vanilla here, and we're going to crack some eggs into this current batter, and then add the dry ingredients in here, which is just flour and baking powder and salt.
Yeah, we put the recipe on our website, but yeah, so it looks like it's not too bad so far.
Not too bad. It says go till smooth, but I'm like, what does that even mean? Like,
I think it's pretty. I think it kind of resembles mashed potatoes a little bit. So I guess
is that what you want, a mashed potato like?
I think so.
I think it's
you just say stuff like that. People like, oh yeah, she really knows what she's doing.
Well, they literally say like, oh, smooth consistency online, and I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like fluffy? Like
definitely fluffy.
You're the baker, not me.
I mean, if you weren't close up, you wouldn't be able to tell this isn't mashed potatoes. So.
No, exactly.
I think that's
taste, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start with cracking, but I think that you should jump in on this because this is definitely not my strong suit. Okay, 4 eggs. It actually makes a huge dough. This is like not even half of it. This all was in the same one that I was testing last night.
Well, the thing, it looks like it's nice and rich.
Yes.
Did you taste one of the cookies yet, Emma?
It was kind of fluffy, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it tasted really soft, and it was good. It was better than I expected.
Like, if we can get a close-up on the table of the actual cookies, these are a nice, kind of like a thicker, puffier sugar cookie than many, which I like. I don't love a dry.
I don't either. Actually, you only bake them for 6 minutes, which is crazy, because that's like, I feel like very quick for baking.
Yeah.
But you don't even want to see like the browning on the outside, because it means they're already burnt, which I already burnt a few. So
that's okay. My husband would love that. I love a slightly undercooked baked good too.
I do too.
Speaking of language.
This is just gonna add slowly, little by little. Vanessa, I just don't want to like overpower it, but it makes it pretty thick.
Yeah, wonderful stuff.
This is what you can give a try at home.
Yeah, for sure. So we probably won't have time to like go right from like A to B. So why don't we move on to the next one?
This is just literally the dough I put in the refrigerator overnight, so it's very, very chilled. And I've just been rolling it out. It says to do like 1/4 of an inch is how thick you're supposed to do it. I'll let you put some of the little presses here. These are actually all Amanda's. She loaned them to me, so.
Oh, we know Amanda's got the good stuff.
She's the baker, honestly. She should be taking our place up here, Vanessa.
Amazing. Oh, and there's a little cookie sheet over there. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Vanessa, can you pass that to us, please? Beautiful. And so you got this on a little piece of parchment or?
Yep. Just to make it easier to get off. And then I always have to tap them because I feel like these ones kind of get a little stuck.
Yeah, good point.
And then lay them out. I normally did like 8 on a baking sheet and it fit pretty well, but they're all different sizes, so you can kind of vary it.
Give it a little space to puff up. Oh, I like that there's like a mama tree and a baby tree. How cute.
And I think the greatest thing is like you can do this as like a fun holiday activity, but also it tastes really good, so you can, impress everybody at Christmas.
So true. I mean, there's nothing more festive than a sugar cookie.
Absolutely.
All right, I love how you have these iced. What do you use for your icing?
So I just literally bought a very basic store-bought. It's called fluffy white icing is what it's called. But I used some food coloring last night and put them in these little plastic bags with elastics. Very DIY and easy, which is how I like it.
It's stuff you have on hand. Like, that's what I like. Use what you have on hand.
It's true. It's true. Literally plastic bags.
Okay, show me how it's done.
You can pick any of these.
Oh, like what?
We're gonna do it together, Crystal.
Great job, girls. You've done the full decorating. Like it's just like I'm on TV. Well, I guess I am.
I'm just gonna literally do it very easy. I feel like piping it is the easiest thing because it actually looks like pretty great in the end. And
you pipe it on. Oh no, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna riff.
I know pink isn't really like a festive color,
but we're gonna make it work. Gosh, this is so fun.
It's fun with kids.
I have a question for you. Like, you get a lot of inspiration off TikTok. Do you just specifically like look at something jumps out, you're like, oh, I'm going to try that, or did you look up recipes?
You know what? This was on Vanessa. Vanessa's the one that actually found this recipe, and then we kind of just...
But the funny thing is, I looked for one, and you know with the algorithm, if you look for one, a million come up.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's actually perfect because it kind of finds you the best recipe.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the easiest. I always put an easy, and then from there on, it gives you the simplified ones.
All right, we've got 30 seconds left. So again, we have this very quick and easy recipe on our website. It does look actually, like compared to recipes I've tried, pretty easy.
That's good.
And you guys, like, you just tried it for the first time, and you said it worked out great. I'll eat this weird cookie that I made. I don't know if this is working. It's kind of serving clown, but
maybe I want this one with the green icing.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, it's pretty good.
That is a good cookie.
Soft on the inside, which is the best.
A little toasted on the bottom.
Look how thick that is.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Seriously, girls. I'm going to try this recipe myself. Thank you both so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
8:51, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this to wrap up the show. This truly is excellent. Great job.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Crystal's still raving about their cookies.
I gotta get some cookies.
Really good. Like thick, just the perfect amount of chewy, the perfect, oh, like, what a recipe. We'll put it on our website. I'm gonna try that one.
I'm gonna try it too. I can't wait to try those cookies. They look delicious.
Easy, whip it up, stick it in the fridge next day. The magic occurs.
I have to say, because looking at them too, I know there's this recipe I use for sugar cookies, and I will say it makes them a little flat. I like how nice and thick those are.
Yeah, they look nice and fluffy. Yum.
Yes. Okay, so I think the last thing Emma purchased was some baking ingredients.
Yeah.
And we were kind of having some fun with our Move Morning chat. Today we were asking if we were your Secret Santas, and you had to give us the last thing you purchased, what would that be? You guys have some pretty funny answers. So we're gonna start with Raylene from Sydney. Say, the last thing I bought was a Mary Brown's chicken breast sandwich.
Oh, yum, I'll take that.
Wrap it up.
Yes, thank you.
This is more appealing to me than the Costco hot dog that Aaron had mentioned.
Same.
Dan, this is very practical. I just bought a cell phone case online.
Oh my gosh,
that cell phone
it could be a great gift. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it looks nice, but it's also hardy. You love that.
Oh, that's my fave.
Lenore says, your gift would be 24 Noma AA batteries with a bonus flashlight.
See, I love a flashlight.
Yeah, very practical.
I actually love a flashlight, so Lenore would be into that.
The gift that keeps on giving. And finally, Candace says, Neocitrin, cold and flu, nighttime medication.
Oh my
We've all
gosh.
been there, Candace. Feel better.
Oh, Candace.
Well, here's the thing. I texted Candace the same thing. I said, oh, feel better. And she said, actually, it's not for me. I bought it for someone else in my life, so I hope
hopefully they feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. What was the last thing you purchased, Crystal?
It was the passport photo for my daughter.
It was the passport. Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donna, what was the last thing you purchased? Oh, a cup of tea.
I'll take a cup of tea on a cold day. Why not?
That's a good gift. Keeps on giving.
You know what's funny? Okay. Confession, my mom bought those heels for me at Value Village. Yay. The last thing I bought, I didn't want to say because it was embarrassing. It would be nipples.
For the baby's bottle.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, really, Amanda, you're not getting it. I said it that way to be funny, but yeah, it was nipples for my baby's bottles. They like to bite them off now, and I didn't want to say that.
Oh, there's that.
It would have been that or diapers. So
I know that's a tough stage where they're almost in a cup, but they're not quite in a cup, and.
So yeah, listen, young parents right now are going, yep, I identify with what you said.
And other people are like, what?
Nipples.
We have time, I think, for this cute little video. We showed cats from the Talia Barn Cat Rescue. Oh, we don't have time. We'll have to save it for another day. It's a cute little video.
Save it for another day. We hope you join us tomorrow. Dal's first physician assistant grads will join us. We'll talk about that.
Bye.